going to cut the cufflinks, the facings, the placket for the chest flap, and the placket for the cufflink. So this is the cuff now. So the cuff cutting, you will use 4.3 in cutting or 4.5. So I'm using 4.3 now in cutting, 4.3 width. Now the length, however your round sleeve is, if you have 8 inches round sleeve, in cutting of cufflink, add 2 to it. Now the 2 inches you're adding will make it 10. So when after sewing, you have 9.5, that has 9.5 left. The half inch there, the 1.5 left is for your cufflink effect. Now I have 9 inches round sleeve. So what I will have as my cutting now will be 11. So at the end of the day, finishing will now leave me at 10.5, that's 10.5. So this is the formula you use in cutting your cufflink. It works both for kids and adults. So I'm going to cut at 11 now. I'm cutting at 11. Now, after sewing, it will now come down to 10.5. So this cufflink is going to have another material beneath. That will be the beauty of your outfit. Remember, this for the advanced part. So I'm cutting the cuff now. This is for the outside one. So after your cuff, now the next thing now you need to do is to bring your desired fabric, the one you want to be inside. Always use a rhyming color that can agree. So you can check out your color charts to see the ones that do agree. So don't use red on black, or don't use white on red, because red will always wash. So you place for the second part of the cufflink. So when you complete this form, you have your 12 cuffs all together here. So remember, I told you that I will show you the easy way to cut an eye placket for your cuff. So now for your designer's cufflink, you fold the cuff this way, fold it down this way. You mark 1 inch down. You mark 1 inch up. You slit it, you cut it. So right now, so this is for the two. Now one will be beneath, one will be beneath, then this one will be beneath. So to give you your desired curve you are looking for. So this is one of the components of the top, so you keep it aside. So now I'm going to use this and blue to do the placket. The new placket I told you is the easiest one for your cufflinks. Now you mark your base. Always have a straight line base whenever you want to cut a new stuff. Now the measurements I'm using is 2.5, width of 2.5, and now the length I will use is going to be 6.5. Now it's going to be 2 here. Now 1 for one hand, 1 for the other hand. 2.5 by 6.5. Now all these things you're going to material gum them or cloth gum them, whichever one you know. So as well differentiate. So the next option or the next part we are going to cut now will be our chest flap. Now chest flap is usually a slimmer type of a flap. Now you might not really see the difference, but when you do this one, you notice that the chest flap is always slimmer than the regular flap we see on our outfits. And those chest flaps are best used when you want to use another material for the flap, and then possibly when you don't want to put a facing or even if you put the facing, you just want to have a slimmer natural flap downwards. So it's called chest flap. So it's just a name for it. So now the measurement for it. I'm using the straight line base. Now the length is your choice. But now the width, you must use 3 inches in cutting. So the length is your choice. So I'm going to program this where I will have my stripe shown properly, or let me put it in a way that the stripe will be vertical. I think it will be better off that way. I want to have my chest flap to have my stripes in a vertical form. I think it's better this way. Yeah, let me use it this way, so my stripes will be inside. Now you can as well do it this way, but why I'm taking here so that I will have these stripes inside of the chest flap. So the measurement you use is 3 inches. This is for your chest flap. I want to take the stripes as much as I can. Now the length is your choice. So whatever you decide to use for your length is what will work for you. So I have 21 here. So I'm going to take this now. So this is my chest flap. 3 inches by your desired length. So right now this is my chest flap. So I just want to have these stripes inside of my chest flap. So the length is 19.5 now. 19.5. So this is one part of the chest flap. So for the inside one is 2. So the inside one is 2.5. 2.5 by, once you surpass 7, you're okay with the length. So the measurements I'm using now is 2.5 in cutting. 2.5. So probably we are going to use 10 or thereabouts, or 13, because you're still going to trim up the excesses after using it. So for the inside one, this is the measurement we're going to use, 2.5. So right now we have our chest flap. There are 2. The bigger one, 3 inches by length of your choice. The inside one, 2.5 by above 7 is okay, or 10 thereabout. So this is my chest flap. So the next thing I'm going to cut now is the facings of my outfit. Now you see how I first did my cuttings. The bodies first, followed by the hand sleeve. Now lastly I'm doing the facings. Now if you might ask me why did I do it that way, should in case the facing did not come out, I can decide to pipe my neck from these other materials left. So if you're cutting your outfit, make sure that your sleeves are there, your cuffs are there, your flap is there before your facings. You can decide to bring in another material, or you pipe, or you do inside facing, or use material gun to do facing. So all these areas are the areas you need to know, so you don't run short of fabric when cutting. So having finished cutting every other part, now my facing is out, my material is okay for me to cut facing. So for the back now, you just fold this way. So I'm going to have a back facing here. So you fold this way, and then you place your material to cut for the back facing. So right now this is the back facing. So the length of the facing is going to be from your top measurement. Now it should not get to the armhole. It should be at least 2 inches above the armhole. So once it's 2 inches above the armhole, you're good to go. You cut. The facing should not get to the armhole when cutting and after cutting. you should be at least 2 inches before the armhole. So you now place, that's for the back, the cut. So this for the back facing. So I like having it in a V form shape. It gives your back a smart look. So for the front facing, back facing, sorry, with also mark to differentiate the back from the front. So after the back, now the next thing I want to cut would have been the front facing. But for this particular outfit, I want to have it as smooth as possible. I want to eliminate the use of facing here. So I'm going to use material gum to cut this. So I will show you how to do this when we are preparing the video for the processing, for the coupling processes. So I'll use material gum. So I want to have only the flap of this nature on the outfit. Now the pockets will come in. So I want to remove any other linings or facings on the front, because the simpler the outfit, the better the outfit. So now after this part, now I want to show you one other most important area as well you need to know. So you have noticed that most of our outfits do have a collar like inside the neck of the back. So how are we going to do that? Now this is how you do it. I will use the same material that I use for the facings to the flap to cut that. So you are going to bring your desired color you want to put, you fold. Now the folding should be bigger than the width of the neck, but it should not get to the tip of the armhole. So my folding is ending somewhere here, so you fold. Now the length of the depth is anything above 6 inches is okay. So I'm having 7 here, so 7 is ideal for me now. So you're going to cut this with the back facing. This is one of the simplest ways you can do this. Cut this with the back facing. Now you cut. Now from the neck, from the side neck, at least 3.5 to 4 inches. Now from the 7 inches depth, you make it in a round form or in a circular form. Now this material now will be attached inside of the back. It will be in this form. You have to weave the edge this way, weave it this way. Now place it this way and sew. Now the facing will not be sewn from this point round. You not push it back. It will not cover the sewn line. Now where the front will not come in this form. So you are seeing the effect it's giving us. Now already the beauty is coming out already. Now with the flap we are going to have, and now the pocket as well I'm going to bring in. So this is how you do your packaging sewing, so that your outfit will stand out when you meet subsequent or other designers. So having done all this, I want to cut the pocket now. So I want to show you a unique pocket you might use that that will be very fine in your outfit. So now I'm cutting out the material. The pocket style will be in a big V-shaped form on the edge. So the finishing I want to have is 4.5. So I'm going to cut at 5 inches. I will use less than ½ inch to sew. So I'm using 5 inches to cut now. So you extend it this way. Now remember, this is the back of the outfit. So the pocket depth, this one now will be around 10.5. 10.5. You mark. So you cut it out. You cut it out. now when you cut it out, you're going to place a material inside of the pocket, which I will show you the effect it will give when it comes out. So this is how it is. Okay, first of all, let me slant the pocket the way I want. So the pocket will have this bending at the edge. You get, so the way you're gonna do it now is to slant here to have this bending at the edge. Have this bend at the edge. Alright, so I'm slanting from this point. From this point, so when you put it, it will be in this one. Yes, so now this is how the pocket will look like. So you place it this way and cut a replica of what you just cut before. I'll show you how you go about it. So you turn it back. This is the front of the parfait. This is the front. If two fronts must face each other, you place it this way and cut. So right now you have your cutting in this form. So this is the cuttings I will use. So now I will tell you how to prepare this. So this is the whole components I'm using for the top, the pocket, the back facing, the body block, the front block, the inside of the facing, that the design there, my plackets, the one, the big one, the cuffs and the smaller plackets, now the sleeve. So these are the components I'm using. So right now I will also show you the processes of the gumming and possibly the sewing. Thank you for watching.